Works. All right. So welcome to Saturday Stretch, part of my series of 2 weeks of free classes. Yeah. Glad you're going to stay on. So if you're just popping on to join me at Saturday Stretch, we're going to do like a 30, 40-ish minute quick stretch session this afternoon. Yoga blocks if you have them. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can grab some like firm pillows or roll up some bath towels, just something that can give you a little bit of a prop. Grab some blocks, shoes, whatever you have handy at home. Okay. And that'll just be for stability purposes. And then for a few progressions if you want them later on. But you won't need them right away, so you can put those to the side. And the yoga mat, if you have one, it'd be great. Just something that's a little soft for your knees. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We might have some more folks pop on as we go, so don't mind me pulling my pants down. So we're going to do just a quick dirty warm-up this morning so we can just jump right into things. So we're going to start with a few seconds of jumping jacks, little light cardio to get our heart rate up and get some blood pumping. So if you're joining me, you could do jumping jacks. If you don't like jumping jacks, half jacks are fine. Just make sure you got some speed to them. If you don't like jumping jacks at all, you can jog in place. Okay. Just want you to move your body a little bit. Ooh, get a little bit breathy. Really, really important that when we do stretching, we have super warmed muscles. They're ready to work. They're ready to get long. You don't want to stretch cold muscles. Woo, just a few more seconds here. Half jacks, jogging, whatever you're doing. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake that out. So we're going to go right into a squat and lift right into a hip roll. So squat low, lift, and hip roll. Breathing, making sure that core is braced tight. When you do your squat, our hips are going behind us. Knees don't go in front of the toes. Good. We have a slight hinge, but you don't need to put your chest on your thighs. Good. Woo. This is my second class of the morning, so I'm already tired. Yay. Fantastic. Going more. Good. All right. So let's go into nice wide feet. Turn one toe slightly out. Okay. So we're going to go call it the warrior side bend. So we're going to shift into the heel. Reach the same side hand behind the heel. Create a long line from your head down to your toes. And then push the leg. Bring it back up. So sit nice and low. Trying to make this a completely lateral movement. So we're not forward hinging. Right? We're not sticking the butt back right now. Shifting the weight and squeezing it back up. You can add an overhead arm extension if you want to make that movement a little bit bigger. But again, just kind of move however your body's feeling today. Ooh. Let's do one more. Fantastic. Bring it on up. Turn those toes forward. Other toes turn out. We're going to shift into that leg. Reaching behind and up. Gaze stays forward and press to lift. You can add that overhead arm extension if you want to make this bigger. Again, keeping this nice and tight lateral, like you got a wall right in front of you and a wall right behind you. Good. Let's do one more. Woo. And fantastic. Now turn the toes forward, but keep the feet really wide. Now we're going to go into side lunge. This is where the hips go back behind us. We shift the weight into the heel of the standing leg, and then you squeeze it back up, and we can go to the other side. So a few key points to keep in mind. Butt's going behind you like you're sitting in a chair so that your knee never crosses past the toe. Knees and toes point the same direction, really important. And we have a little bit of a hinge, but we're not dropping the center of gravity. We want our glutes, on our hammies, and our thighs working. Now, if you'd like to make this a little bit harder, instead of standing up, shift your weight side to side with a slight pulse in the middle. Yeah. So wherever you're at, option 1 or option 2, you also have the option of flexing the foot of the straight leg here. Remember, heel stays on the ground. Don't do that. That's cheating. I'm gonna get some ankle mobility. That's my daughter. Good morning. Good. If you want to make it even harder, stay low and pull side to side. Ooh, if you haven't met Ellie, now you have. At least you met her voice. And let's bring it up, bring it in. Roll to standing, nice and easy. Good inner thigh, right? So we're gonna go into another squat movement. Toes are forward. We're gonna sit down low, and there she is. Place your hands to the ground. Lengthen the legs so you have a forward hinge, and slowly walk yourself back up, soft knees. Now, if you're unable to touch the ground, you can touch your shins, touch your thighs, or you can use your yoga blocks here. Bring it back up, soften the knees, roll to standing. When we get into our forward hinge, we want to keep the spine long like it just was in that squat position. Soften the knees, tuck and roll to standing. Sit down low, hands go low, hinge to lengthen the legs, hands to the thighs, soften the knees, roll to standing. What happens a lot in the forward hinge when we're really tight in the hamstrings is this butt scoop and the tucking under the pelvis. So you end up with a rounded spine. We're trying not to get that. So that's why I want you to use a prop or keep your height a little bit more elevated so you can maintain that long spine and that strong core. Excellent. Let's do one more of these. Low, low, lengthen, hands to thighs, hands come up. Good. Now we're going to go back down. I want you to hold your forward hinge wherever that was. From here, shift your weight into one foot and then the other. So left foot, right knee bends, right foot, left knee bends. Again, trying to keep the long spine, pushing the straight leg hip behind you, and even a little slightly across. Start to get down into the lower part of your back, getting those QLs. Breathing. Good, soften the knees, roll it up to standing. Very nice. So we're gonna do a little backwards travel. So we're gonna come into a split stance. So I have my right leg in front, left leg behind me. I'm gonna sit down just a little bit, forward hinge, and fingertips to the ground. Now, long spine is important again, so use those props if you need them, okay? Shift the weight into the back heel, flexing the front foot and lengthening the front leg. Lengthen, really important, no soft knee here, okay? Keep a little weight in the fingertips, shift the weight back into the back heel, drag the front foot behind you, lift the heel, and then step it down. Shift the weight into the back foot. Now your other leg is flexing the foot and straighten. Slide the leg behind you. Good. And step it down. Bring it on back. I learned this movement from Marlo Fiskin. If you guys know her, super amazing movement person. Always has fun, unique ways to move. This is one of my new favorites. So let's do one more round. Go as far as you can go, or just kind of move in place. Do what you got to do. Good. Lengthen and down. Flex. Lengthen, down, last one, and bring it down, soften the knees, come all the way up, fantastic. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and come on to the ground into a kneeling position. Bring the hands in front of you, and if a kneeling position is a little bit hard on the knees, I want you to take a yoga block, or even two, and sit on it. So your sit bones are on it. This can take pressure off the knees, right? So you can enjoy that movement. Or you could just sit low in a little like low chairs. This is like a butterfly sit position. So fingertips on the ground. Push the floor away, like you're pushing back. Open the shoulder blades. Good. And then pull the floor to the knees. Open the front of the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades down your spine. So press away, open, and pull and squeeze, opening the chest. Push and open, pull and squeeze. One more, press and open, pull and squeeze. Good. Now give me some big shoulder rolls right here. So you're moving the shoulder blades, right? So you're squeezing them low and together, pulling them up, opening them as you push back and then squeeze them down and together again. Ooh, should feel really good. It's like you're giving yourself a little massage with your shoulder blades, but it might not look like you're doing very much. Make sure you spend time rolling in both directions. Excellent. And bring it on in. Nice work. All right, come into a comfortable seated position. That could be here, here, or here. Just listen to your body. Create length in the spine. Just drop the chin down to your chest. And then look up to the ceiling, looking through the top of your eyebrows, and then bring it back down. Now, when we look up, we want to avoid the back of our head touching the back of your neck. You don't want to compress the cervical vertebrae that much. Good. And we want to make sure everything else stays tall and strong. So that core is really braced. Center of the ribs down, tailbone long, belly button in. Okay. So we want to isolate the movement just into the head and neck. And then same thing, but you're going to look side to side this time, looking over your shoulder, behind you, like right through the corner of the eye, as far as you can go before you have to start rotating. Don't let the rotating happen. Keep it strong. Good. And then bring it back to center. Grow really tall through the center of your head. Tip one ear to one shoulder. Lift it up back to center and over. So we're going to grow tall every time before you find the side bend in your neck. Really important for any side bending that you do. Want to keep space in the vertebrae. Good. And use the muscles to create length in our body. Good. Now, once you tip, I want you to hold the ear wherever it is. Okay. So you should start to feel a lengthening down the side of your neck, maybe to the top of the shoulder. All right, take that same side hand, fingertips into the ground. If you can get palm to the ground, that's great, but it's not necessary. Then the same other hand is going to come to the outside of your head, just above the ear. And the weight of the hand is gently going to ease the shoulder down, or ease the head down towards the shoulder a little bit more. So we're not yanking, right? This is just a nice weighted support. Now think about those fingers again on the ground. I want you to push the ground away and lift up a little bit taller. Really lengthening through the side of the neck a little bit more. Good. Keep pushing and lifting. Rotate and look at your armpit. If you want to continue using the weight of your hand to assist, you can kind of slide it to the back of your head now. You're going to feel that stretch move to just a slightly different part of your neck and shoulders, specifically in the traps. Good. And then rotate your head back, looking forward, lift it back to center. Let's do the other side. So tip, growing tall. Good. Hold it there. Other hand, fingers reach to the ground. Other hand comes up right above the ears, supporting and just gently easing down. And then really push the floor away with the fingers on the ground. Continue growing tall and breathe. Good. Ooh. And then rotate and look at the armpit and draw it down. Still breathing. Rotate it to center and bring it in. Nice work. All right, so come into a seated straddle. And I don't want this to be your biggest straddle quite yet, okay? So we're not in a pike, but you're not like in your biggest middle split straddle, okay? Just a nice, easy angle here, all right? Focusing on the feet, and we're gonna sit up tall, flex the feet so hard the heels come off the ground, rotate the pinkies to the ground, and then rotate the big toes to the ground. Pinkies in. So what's happening is your thigh bones are moving in your pelvis, and that's what is causing the rest of your foot to move, but we're keeping a nice long engagement through the top of our legs. This will help with those micro bends if you're an aerialist or pole dancer. And relax, shake it out. Now you're gonna find the flex again, but keep the heels on the ground this time. Externally rotate just a little bit, and then think about dragging the heels towards your butt as much as you can, pulling the thighs behind you, pull, 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 pull. And then wherever the toes are pointed, I want you to extend there. So your straddle might be a little bit bigger. So we're going to flex the feet, heels off the ground, rotate back, rotate in. If you can't keep the heels on the ground, it's fine. Just leave it there. But if you can keep them in the air, That's a little extra added bonus. Now check in with that core. Are we still sitting up tall? Is the tailbone long? Are the center of the ribs in? Are we bracing like you're wearing a corset? Fantastic. And relax the legs, shake them out. Flex again, rotate the toes open, and then pull the heels in. Pull, 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 pull. Trying to pull the thighs behind you. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then wherever your toes are pointed, open into your straddle there. Shake it out. Let's do that one more time. Flex the feet, pinkies, big toe. Rotate, rotate, or rotate, even if that rotation is really small now. Okay, we're teaching our muscles how to move the bones in our body. All right, we're not relying on the laxness of our connective tissue. A little bit different, okay? This is active flexibility work. If you ever do flex training with me, this is my jam, all right? I don't train lazy muscles. And relax. Good. One last time. Externally rotate and flex. Pull in, pull behind you, pull, 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 pull. Keep pulling a little bit harder. And then wherever the toes are pointed, extend from there. Good. You can bring your hands in front of you, or you can bring your blocks, okay? And I want you to think of moving the pelvis. So now you're gonna sit onto the tailbone and then forward. Stay nice and tall. Blocks are great because they help us stay tall with this so we don't start slouching, okay? Trying to isolate the movement. And you'll notice that your legs will start to rotate forward and back a little bit as a result of the pelvis moving. Woo. You might start getting this in the hip flexors. Sorry, my daughter is just going to be screaming today. She's a little excited. Good, and shake that out. Excellent, guys. Wiggle the feet in. You can shake the legs out just a little bit. Nice work. Okay, so let's go ahead onto our hands and knees, tabletop position. Now you're gonna press the floor away, pull the shoulder blades back, lift the belly button, and then you wanna lengthen the tailbone, okay? So we're gonna start by finding a bear pose just for a moment. I want you to shift your knees one way, dropping the hip, shift your knees the other way, drop the hip. Good, you can take rest between these if you need to. Woo. And if you really don't like doing it, you can kind of do this on your knees instead. Nice little modification. Good. Lengthening down, side of the hips again. Good, just a few more seconds. Keeping the chest pointed down, shoulders are staying relatively stable. And bring it in, shake it out. Good. Now come on down to your forearms. Create that long spine, elbows under the shoulders, push away. So this is like a forearm plank position. Extend your left leg straight. And I want you to create a long line from the back of your neck all the way down to the heel. Now you're going to really shift everything back to center. So your left hip flexor is pointed straight to the ground. All right. You're going to feel this challenge the left shoulder a little bit more. Good. And then I want you to kick the heel to your butt. Extend it straight. Kick and extend. Keep the belly button pulled in. Core strong. Don't sink into the shoulders. Keep pushing away. Stick with me. Good. Now tap the flex foot to the ground. You're going to cross over behind your right leg and then open to the side. Now I want the hip flexor pointed down the whole time. So when you go to the side, you're not sticking the butt in the air. You're going through that natural range of motion that you have from that squared tabletop position. Keep pressing through the shoulders. Keep pushing that bottom shin into the ground. Good. And bring it in. Sit back. Take a breather. Ooh, nice, guys. All right, let's do that on the other side. So find that forearm plank with the upper body. Extend the right leg straight. Shift your weight. Make sure you're nice and square. Lift that back heel, make the long line. So it's almost like you're trying to hide the back butt cheek, all right? Now you're gonna lift, kick the butt, extend it straight. Kick the butt, extend it straight. Give me a few of those. Remember, you want that right hip flexor to stay to the ground. That core is working strong. Make sure we're not opening and being lazy, right? This should be work here. Muscles might be quivering. You might be sweating a little bit. One more. Good. Now take the flex foot to the ground. Cross it over the left leg. Back to center. Cross, center, cross, center. Keeping that hip low. Not letting the hip open to the side. Good. And one more. Fantastic. Open the knees shoulder width apart and find your child's pose. You can open the palms up. You do palms down, whatever feels good to you today. Now, make sure the hands are shoulder width apart. Think of pulling the palms towards your knees. As you do so, begin to tuck the pelvis, look for your pelvis, rounding the spine, pull all the way up through a big cat stretch. Stop when your chest comes over the shoulders. Rock the tailbone back, lower the forearms straight down, push back, hips to heels, tucking the pelvis, rounding up through the top, big space between the shoulder blades. Rock the tailbone back, look forward, and bring it down. So we're moving through a cat and cow stretch, but we're making this a circular motion. This is kind of like a spinal wave. One of my favorite ways to warm up my back. Big pull, really articulate the spine. Next time we get to the back, I'd like you to stay there. We're going to reverse the direction. So look forward, pull the elbows towards the knee, pull the palms towards the knees. As you come low and forward, once your shoulders get over the hands, big push, look up to the ceiling. Continue pushing, round the spine, look for your pelvis. Hold that rounded position all the way back. Good. Tuck it low and forward. Big round and push it all the way back. Again. Exhale. And back. Very nice. Bring it in. All the way up. All the way back. One more time. And all the way back. Woo, relax back to the child's pose. If you want to go to like a turtle pose, you can take the arms alongside the legs and let your forehead fall on the ground. Sometimes that's nice to let the shoulders droop forward. Good. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Lift yourself back up. Fantastic. We're going to go into a little bit of some stretching now. That was more like mobile stuff. So we're going to do some more active stretching. If you have your yoga blocks, let's get them. Okay. I'd like you to stack your blocks, at least one block up, maybe two if you need to. We're going to do a quad stretch here. Now, when we go, we're going to lay down, and I want you to get your sacrum on your block. Okay. So it should keep your spine relatively neutral. So if it's too far towards the butt, it's going to feel like you're falling off the front. If it's too far up your back, it's going to feel like you're arching. Okay. So it's a little sweet spot, and you can always adjust. This is Bolt. If you haven't met Bolt before, he's a good stretching partner. Okay. And again, you could do 2 blocks if you know your quads are really tight and your hip flexors are really tight. So from here, let's focus on the right leg first. Keep your hands on your abdomen so you can check in and make sure the ribs don't start flaring open. Find the right foot, go into like a releve, okay? And I want the ankle under the knee. So we're not out here, we're in here. Then lift the foot just a little bit. I want you to scrunch your toes in and then put your toe knuckles on the ground. From there, begin to push through the front of your shin, ankle, your shankle, right? So we want to get a stretch to the front of the ankle here. Good. And you can adjust your foot where you need to, okay? Find what's going to be that good stretch for you. It's a little different for every body type out there. We all have slightly different anatomical structures. Good. And relax. We're going to do that on the other side. So lift the foot, align yourself, lift and tuck the toe knuckles. Good. And then press forward through the front of your shankle right there. Good. And breathe. And again, kind of adjust. You can also rotate your heel a little bit. You know, if you need a little bit more pronation or supination, you can get that. Very nice. And then bring that in. Now we're going to go back to the right leg. So find that shankle stretch, okay, wherever that was. Keeping the long extended ankle, you're going to take your right hand, grab the front of your shankle, okay? So you're not grabbing your foot, you're not grabbing way up here. It's the front of the shankle, right? This is going to help you keep that long line. From there, you're going to pull the heel towards the butt as much as you can. Bring the toe knuckles back to the ground. Good. Now, keeping that knee in line with your hip, you're going to begin to push the knee down and away. So this is going to start to open a stretch to the quad and hip flexor. To make this deeper, if you need more of a stretch, you continue tucking that leg under as much as you can before this happens. Don't let that happen. Really important is to think of pulling the front of the pelvis in towards your belly button to get the maximum benefit out of this. So you're pushing down, pushing away, nice and slow. You can slowly relax it in. Push down and away, pull that pelvis in, pull, 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 and then relax it in. One more time. Push down, pull the pelvis, reach, 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 elongate as much as you can, and bring it in, grab the shankel, and release. Let's do that on the other side. We're going to do that 2 times on each side. So tuck the toe knuckles, find your shankel, find your alignment, start easy. Okay, if you're like, that's not enough, you keep scooping. Remember, we want ribs in, don't let it flare open. Push the thigh, knee down, push, 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 and then relax. And then push it down, scoop the pelvis forward, scoop, scoop, scoop. You're lifting and pulling it in. Back of the ribs heavy, and relax. And one more time. Good. All the way down. And all the way, relax. Release that foot. So we're going to go for round 2. If you need a little breather, take your breather. Remember those modifications, okay? 2 blocks, okay? That's going to make this a little less intense. Further away from your butt, that's going to make it less intense, okay? So I want you to listen to your body. Let's go ahead and find that long shankel. Scoop it into where you need to be today. Inhale, exhale, press the knee down, scoop the pelvis forward. Don't forget this part, guys. So it's like you're trying to tuck your tailbone underneath you as much as you can. Pull the center of the ribs in. Release. Good. Inhale, exhale, and press. Slow, slow, slow press. Active engagement. Pulling in, pulling in, pulling in. And relax. One more time. Push it down, scoop and lift, 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 lift. Woo, and relax. Very nice. Other side, last round. So find your starting position. Inhale, exhale, push the thigh, knee towards the ground. Push, 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 scoop the pelvis, tuck the butt. Good, pull the hip back and relax. Ready? Knee drives down. Pull everything else in towards your center. Reach, reach, reach with that leg. Good. And release. And then one more time. Press it down. Scoop it in. Reach, reach, reach. You got this. Breathe. Oxygen's your friend. And release. Undo the leg. Lift the butt. Take it out and go ahead and tuck the knees into your chest for just a moment. Good. You can do a little like roly-poly side to side. Fantastic work, you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring the feet towards the ground. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So you're making the figure 4, okay? You guys can see that, okay? So to begin with, elongate the spine, brace the core in. You can start by using your own muscles to push the right knee away. At the same time, use your left foot, lift the toe, flex the foot, and then think of dragging the heel in. So left leg's going in, right leg's going back. All right, this is an active resistance. If this is good, stay here. If you want a little bit more, keep the 2 feet flexed, lift in towards the center. We want to keep the tailbone on the ground. Now you can continue using your own muscles to work here. All right, this is not passive. And slowly turn your tailbone side to side, lifting the pelvis one way or the other. All right, so we should be getting into the hips and glutes a little bit. All right, now if you're here or if you're here, you're going to kind of relax your position a little bit, lift your chin, find the back of your thigh of the supporting leg. So that's my left leg. I'm going to roll my shoulders to the ground, slowly draw the knee towards me. And then again, I'm going to press the right leg away. So I can use my hands to draw that thigh in as I continue to push away the bent knee. Tailbone's on the ground, ribs are in, belly button's down. If you want just a little bit more, you can lengthen the leg and grab a little higher. Again, you have to keep the tailbone on the ground. And relax it down. Very nice. Let's switch sides. Flex the left foot, ankle over the right thigh. Long spine, drive the left knee away, flex the right toe. You can stay here or lift the right heel into the air. Continue active resistance. Right leg's pulling in, left leg's pulling away. Good. Now, wherever you're at, whether you are here or you're still on the ground, lift the chin, find the back of your thigh, and draw that right thigh into center. Continue pressing the left hip down and away like you're trying to lengthen the left side of your pelvis, and continue to pull the right leg in. Still being active on both sides. You can stay here if you want a little bit more. Lengthen the right leg, and you can grab a little higher. Continue that active push away with the left hip. Really important. This is not a super passive static stretch. Okay. And then relax the foot down. Both feet on the ground. Bring the bottoms of your feet together like you're doing a butterfly sit. And lay down. Roll from the outside of one hip to the outside of the other hip, still keeping a nice long neutral spine. Excellent. Good. All right. Now hold that center position. Connect with the outside of your feet with your mind. They're on the mat, okay? The inside of your feet are pointed up. Scoop the pelvis in a little bit more. Continue driving the knees down. Press onto the outside of your feet and lift the hips into the air. Really scoop the butt. You can lift as high as you can go before you start duck butting or opening. I want you to think of opening through the front of the hips. And again, if you want to lengthen one side a little bit more and then the other side, you can, keeping the core strong, back of the ribs heavy, belly button down, and butt tucking under. And bring that down, shake the legs out. Whew, excellent, guys. All right, so we're gonna be doing some stretching with the left leg. So I want you to keep your right foot firmly on the ground. Tuck the left leg into your chest. Find the top of your shin, and then start to draw that thigh into the chest as much as you can. Nice, strong connection. Now, while you're here, push the left hip down and away. Pull the right hip up. So you're squaring everything up, okay? Hold that squared position, right? This is lazy. This is turned on. Lazy, turned on, yes? Good. Now flex your right foot, okay? Keep your left leg where it is. Keep pushing the left hip down, and then drive the right heel away. Pushing, pushing, pushing like you're trying to stretch the wall. Continue that opposition with the other leg, and then relax the right leg, lengthen it out. We're going to do that again. Flex, slight bend, and I want you to pull in and then push away, push away, push away. Try and go a little bit longer on the right side, and then lengthen. Very nice. Now you can keep the leg here, so it's lengthened and firmly on the ground. If that gets to be too much, you return to the bent leg position, okay? Now flex your left foot. Think of keeping the thigh where it is and the knee where it is. You're going to lengthen from the knee, stacking the heel over the knee. Now, this is also a good opportunity to grab straps or grab the towel if you're unable to grab your foot from this position. We do want to keep our back on the ground and the back of our head on the ground, so we don't want to be here. All right. Now, draw that thigh in a little bit closer, like someone is pushing on the top of your foot. All right, now you're going to hold your foot where it is with your hands. They're a nice immobile unit. And then push your left heel to the ceiling as hard as you can, like you want to kick your leg straight. But you're using that resistance you created on top of the foot to keep that leg from going straight. Relax the push, bring it back into that starting position. Remember, push the left hip down, lift the right hip up, keep the right leg grounded or right foot grounded if the leg is bent. Squeeze it in, inhale, exhale, and push up. Push, 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 push as much as you can. And bring it down. Very good. Now we're going to lengthen the leg from the knee. Again, you can come back here to start. Think of pushing your heel to the ceiling first, because we want to take the micro bend out, and then you can extend the ankle if you want. This is both fine. Doesn't really matter.
but we want to make sure this doesn't happen. So if your leg is straight and it has to be this far away from your body, that's fine. That's where straps and a blanket can come in handy. If you can get it squared up, that's great. You can reach and find your thigh or your calf. We just don't want to grab behind the knee, right? We want to stay away from the joints. Good. Now from here, slowly draw that knee in towards your chest just a little bit, and then flex your foot and kick the leg away. So you're trying to put the left hip on the ground, the back of your left thigh on the ground, but you're not letting it go. And stop the kick, draw that leg in just a little bit more. Push that left hip down on the ground, down and away. Leg is reaching and extending. I know that quad's gonna be a little tired. And then I want you to flex and kick the leg away. Kick as hard as you can. Use your own strength. Push, 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 push. Relax and draw it in. This is a nice PNF stretch. We're gonna do that one more time. So draw the leg in just a little bit and kick away. Kick, kick, kick. Push the hip away. Push the leg down. Reach, reach, reach. And relax, draw the leg in. Now hold the leg where it now is, all right? Keep it strong. If you need to like take a break, do one of those guys, it's fine. And then you're gonna do that right leg movement again. So flex the right foot, press away, press away, press away. And then at the very end, extend. Good. And then from here, lift your chest. Try and bring your nose towards your knee as much as you can, okay? Pull that leg in just a little bit more. And then I want you to roll your shoulders to the ground, bringing the leg with you without letting your left hip go into the air. Your leg might be quivering, mine is, and relax. Shake it out. Good job, guys. All right, so let's go on to the right side. So tuck the shin in, nice and tight. Push the right hip down, flex the left foot, and then push it away. Push, 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 push. And then you can extend the ankle at the end, opening that left quad and hip flexor. Good, we're gonna do that one more time. Flex the foot, pull it in, and then push away, making that leg as long as you can and extend right at the end. Very nice. Now, flex the right foot. Keep the thigh knee where it is. We wanna peel the heel to stack over the knee, making a little right angle. Use your strap, use a towel, whatever you need to, if you need it. Draw the energy down like someone's pushing on the top of your foot, and then kick up, 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 all the way up. Push, push, push hard as you can. And then draw the leg down. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, and push up, 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 up. And draw it down. Nice work. All right, so we're gonna lengthen the leg from the knee. All right, pull the other foot in. You flex or you extend. Remember, we want the leg straight. So it's like you're pushing up to the ceiling, pulling the hip down at the same time, creating that nice long leg. Now, towel strap hands, grab the thigh, grab behind the calf, head and shoulders should stay on the ground. Good. All right, go ahead and draw the leg in just until you get a little resistance and you feel like you have to bend. No bending, keep it straight. And then kick away, push that right hip down, push the right thigh to the ground, push the right heel to the ground, but your hand's not letting it go anywhere, and relax it in. Good. We're gonna do that again. Inhale, exhale, and kick away. Push, 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 push. Push everything down, kick against that hand, breathe. That muscle should be quivering, and bring it in. Good, we're gonna do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, and kick. Kick, 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 kick as hard as you can. And bring it in, holding it here. Flex the left foot. Push that heel away. Lengthen that leg as much as possible and find your extension. Lift the chest, thigh, shin, back of the foot, wherever you need to. Inhale, you're gonna keep that leg and knees and nose close together and then bring it down with you, kicking through that hand to keep the leg straight. Breathe, nice, and relax it in. Good, put the feet on the ground and go ahead and tip the knees from side to side. Nice work, guys. All right, we're gonna do one more little thing here to finish this off for today. So this is just a nice, quick little stretch session. Cannot talk today. When I stretch, I usually like, a good 75, 90 minutes to really get into everything. But, we got a quick one today. All right, tip your knees to the left. Let the knees hang heavy. Start to line your body from your head, lengthen it up, shoulders pull down, chest pulls in, back of the ribs heavy, belly button pulls down, tuck the butt. So you're pulling the front of the pelvis over. This should immediately open the front hip flexor just a little bit. And we're going to get into this even more. You're going to drive the knee away like someone is grabbing you by the thigh and making you longer. And then push that knee down to the ground. Keep squeezing, keep pulling the pelvis forward. Don't get lazy on me. Woo. And relax. Tip it to the other side. Align. Tall head, shoulders down, center of the ribs in, back of the ribs heavy, belly button pulling back, front of the pelvis pulling forward, opening into that back hip flexor. And then drive that leg away, making yourself even longer. And at the end, you can start to press that thigh and knee towards the ground. Keep scooping the pelvis. Really important. Breathe. And relax it in. Nice work, y'all. Woo, let's bring the left leg straight. Tuck the right knee in. Left hand comes to the outside of your thigh. Right arm straight out to the side. Keep your right shoulder on the ground and look at your right fingers. Inhale. As you exhale, draw that left knee over, or right knee over to the left, with as far as you can go without letting your shoulder lift into the air. Inhale, exhale. Nice little thoracic rotation. And I want you to drop the tailbone down, pull the front of the pelvis in, and pull the ribs to your back. Good. Inhale, exhale, and breathe into it one more time, pushing the air into your right hip. And breathe. Let's slowly bring it back to center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Right leg extends, left leg tucks in. Left hand goes straight out to the side. You're going to look at your left fingers and keep the left shoulder on the ground. Right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Inhale. As you exhale, draw that thigh in and then start to peel it over to the right. Continue looking at your left fingers. And then align the spine, lengthen the tailbone, pull the ribs in. Inhale. Exhale, breathe into the left hip. Good. Do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. And slowly bring it in. Excellent, guys. Pull those knees in. Give me a couple little roly-polies. And then we're going to come all the way up to a seated position. Excellent. Come into a comfortable seated position. Left hand to the ground. Right arm reaches up. I want you to create a sense of length along the right side of your body, pushing the right hip down. Inhale. Exhale. Push the ribs and hips away from you as you find a little side bend here. Keeping that core strong. Inhale, exhale. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper. You can put your hand on a block if you need some assistance to stay up taller. And bring that up. Other side. Inhale. Reach, reach, reach. Push that hip down. Inhale, exhale. Side bend. Pushing and breathing into the left side of your body. Good. See if you can go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale. And bring it up and in. All right. Whew. Thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you feel a little loose and limber. And I hope you enjoyed this little mini class. And again, it's just a mini class, so you could stretch for hours and hours and still not stretch everything that we could possibly stretch. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It will be archived on my YouTube and Instagram channel if you're just like popping in and popping out. So you can always check it out later on your own time. This was day 7 of my 14 days of free daily mini classes. So make sure you keep following along. Check out some of the older classes that I've done on Instagram and YouTube. I'm at PoleFitFox on both social media channels. So you can find it on there. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, so you can see more content like this. And tune in for me tomorrow for Sexy Sunday if you want to get your groove on, and we'll do it all over again. So hit me